Hey everyone, so this is Chicago PD Season 4, Episode 2, called Made a Wrong Turn. So this episode starts off with Burgess and Julie driving around. Julie reveals that she is on a dating app, and then Burgess says she's swearing off men for 6 months. And reveals to Julie that she dated within the department. Julie wants to find out who it was, but Burgess won't say anything. Julie asks if it was Dawson, and Burgess is like, no, it wasn't. Julie then goes on to say that or pretty much suggests that she's into Dawson, which, I mean, if they put Julie and Dawson together, I'm not going to be that mad, because honestly, I think Dawson needs someone. He's been alone for far too long. He got divorced, I'm pretty sure, either by the end of season 1 or by the end of season 2 he got divorced. I mean, he has 2 kids, but he was married, but he's obviously gotten divorced by now. And so I just think that Dawson has been alone for far too damn long, because yeah, he's been alone for too long. So personally, I wouldn't be that upset if they put Julie and Dawson together. I really don't. Honestly, I think I would like to see them together, personally. That's just my thing. It's like, I like to see if they can, like, make it work or something. Anyway, so they then are summoned by dispatch to a car that's being stripped. Once there, the 2 suspects run, so Julie and Burgess run after them, but aren't able to catch up with them. So they go back to the car, where Atwater House did come up a few seconds later. A wallet in a car, and a wallet that Burgess picked up when one of the suspects dropped it. And the car belonged to Sarah Murphy. The passenger seat has blood on it, and the house the car is in front of, or by. A woman comes out, says a white guy is on her back porch dying. And it looks like the guy who was on the back porch is living with Sarah, since he has ID registered to her house. And the guy is brought to Chicago Med. Back at headquarters, Blake tries to talk to Lindsay, but she kind of shuts him down. Eventually, she's gonna have to, start talking to him again, eventually. I mean, because she kind of works for him, so she's gonna have to talk to him about things eventually, whether she wants to or not. Anyway, so Rizek reveals Sarah and Nathan are engaged, and they have no criminal records. They're trying to find her phone and get a last location on the car before it was found, where it was. And Crowley comes in, says since a white woman went missing in the heart of a black ghetto, they need to find her quickly. Sarah's parents are then everyone's told that her parents are at the hospital. Halsey on the way there, Halsey tries to get Lindsay to move in with him again, because she didn't really give him an answer last episode. But she surprises him and asks him to move in with her. And she says right then that he's pretty much the only one that he can trust, basically suggesting that Voight is, she can't trust Voight at all. Anyway, so at the hospital, Halstead asks when the last time they saw Nathan and Sarah. And her parents say the previous night. Sarah and Nathan left around midnight, and Sarah's parents stayed at the hotel. Dr. Troy then comes in and tells them of Nathan's condition, which he's fine. He seems to be fine. He just needs to stay in the hospital, obviously, so that they can monitor to make sure he doesn't develop anything. as far as life-threatening things go. Lindsay then asks if they would know why they would be in that part of town. And the father kind of gets visibly upset, but I mean, it's routine questioning. I get that he's upset, get that it's kind of, uh, um, it seems kind of critical, or I don't know if that's the right word, accusatory, I think is what I'm looking for, but anyway, it's still routine questioning. Anyway, so Olinsky and Voight debrief the backup that's in that part of town. They aren't having much luck because it seems like, or they feel like cops don't care much about black women, because black women are getting killed. Black girls and black women are getting killed all the time in that part of the city. No one lifts a finger no one, lifts a finger and, sends this much, this much police to help black women who are killed. But certainly care about, one white woman who went missing. Atwater then gets the lead about a guy named Lou, and how if anyone knows anything, he would. Atwater and Ruzek go to question that guy, and then come across a kid who has Sarah's phone, that he has on him, and they question him about Sarah herself. The kid says Nathan was talking to a guy named Michael Hudson. So intelligence then goes to Hudson's house. Wait dangles a running TV over the ice water bath Hudson is sitting in. The demands to know where Sarah is. And he doesn't answer, but Halstead asks about Nathan, and Hudson says that Nathan was trying to buy some heroin off of him. So back at the station, Voight continues to question Hudson, but Hudson said he doesn't know anything about where Sarah is. Hudson feels that Nathan swindled him by having real money on top of fake money, like a few bills of real money on top of a whole bunch of bills that were fake. So once Nathan is, out of surgery and awake, he tries to tell the story that they were trying to take a shortcut home, but Halstead interrupts him and says, dude, scratch that shit. We know that you weren't there to take a shortcut home. We know you're there to buy fucking drugs. So cut the crap and tell us what we want to fucking know. And he continues to try to fucking sell that damn story. But then Lindsay cuts in and says pretty much the same exact thing that Halstead did. So yeah. Then he comes clean about it. Sarah's father comes in, very upset, and screams at Nathan that it was all his fault. Which, if it wasn't for Nathan, she wouldn't have been, kidnapped in the first place. So, yeah, well, it was at least partly his fault. If not, the person who actually abducted her as well. Because, he has to take responsibility for abducting her, too. Because, just because he thought that she was there to buy drugs and was a drug addict doesn't give him the right to, kidnap her. So, it was at least partially Nathan's fault. Anyway, Burgess then runs into Ruzek at the station. They have this awkward, exchange. And Julie sees this whole thing and figures out Ruzek was Burgess's ex. Platt overhears Burgess say that she is being celibate and tells her that Platt tells Burgess that she hears a few guys would like to sleep with her. And before, Burgess and Julie can, kind of leave the conversation at that and just leave the station altogether, Platt tells him that they're working overtime to search for Sarah, so we leave and run into Fogel. Like I said, I knew this guy wasn't going to go anywhere. This dude was not going to go anywhere for a long time. I know this is only the second episode, but still, this guy is not going to go anywhere for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if he lasts until the season finale. So, anyway, He then goes to Platt, goes up to Platt and says he has an issue with Platt reassigning Julie to work District 21. Platt then tells him that the higher ups won't take too kindly to find out that the only reason Julie was assigned to a craft detail was because she rebuffed his romantic advances. He threatens Platt by saying either Julie goes back to where she was or Platt will lose her position. Then leaves. Mouse then reveals to Halstead that he was did he say that he was previously in the Rangers before? Because if he did, I don't remember that. It was a while ago that he said it, and I haven't actually rewatched Chicago PD's previous episodes. So I don't know if this is the first time we've ever heard of Mouse being in the Rangers or not. But anyway, so he reveals to Halstead that he's thinking about going back in the Rangers because he doesn't want to be a 31-year-old rookie. And Halstead is upset about this information because he feels like Mouse is just setting himself up for more hurt and PTSD and stuff. So anyway, Julie and Burgess go to the neighborhood where Sarah went missing and see a group of guys in a nice car drive up and make them go home, basically. White then sees a reporter and makes him go home as well before he is thanked by a guy whose grandson he arrested the year before. Mouse then drives up, tells Voight that he found a fitness app associated with a fitness tracker that one would wear on their wrist. And the last location for that particular fitness band is 6 blocks away at a railway station. So when they get there, they find her shoe, some of her hair, and her fitness tracker, but not her specifically. So White tries to question the guy that they also found there, but he doesn't cooperate at first. So after threatening to let a K9 unit dog on him, he reveals a single black male driving a black van and who was really tall, assaulted Sarah for about 30 minutes, and then left. Burgess then tries to get Julie to file a complaint against Fogel, but Julie refuses. Suddenly, something is thrown at their windshield, so they try to figure out who threw it, but the crowd isn't that cooperative because they feel like or they just don't really want the cops there. A woman named Bebe says that what Julie and Burgess say, which is the sooner that someone comes forward, the sooner that they will leave, is true. And Baby tells them to come over to her house so that she can, tell them what she knows. So at her house, she reveals the previous night in question, she saw the same man the other guy saw dragging Sarah out of the car. And she saw a white guy filming the whole thing and thought he was an undercover cop at first, but then realized since he didn't really do anything, he must be a reporter. Voight then says Bobby, the guy from earlier that he told to go away. So they go to Bobby's place and demand to get the video that his coworker got a shot, and so he pulls it up, and Voight takes the laptop and shoot Voight fashion. So then they run the picture, the guy's picture through facial recognition and come up with this guy named Ken Waddell, whose nickname is 6'6" because he's 6 feet 6 inches tall. and he has a rap sheet of raping an underage disabled girl, and he has disappeared from his place of residence that he registered as his place of residence. So, but he was seen going into a building in a territory where this, I guess you could call it, gang runs exclusively in a fenced area. I think it's a housing projects. I'm not quite sure about that. It looks like a housing projects, but I'm not too sure. So it looks like this Ken person went in there and hasn't left since 6 a.m. that morning. So Voight says there's no time to organize a raid, so they have to go through the front gate. So once there, the guy in charge lets them in and tells them where Ken is holed up. Halstead then shoots the guy from an adjacent vacant apartment at the hospital. Sarah asks, Lindsay not to say anything to her parents because, she wants to tell them herself. Lindsay agrees and everything, and so it then goes to Burgess and Julie leaving for the night. Before they leave, Julie asks Platt if everything is fine with Fogel, and Platt lies. Mouse thinks Voight is seen thinking Voight for the job at intelligence, but he wants to go back to the Rangers and asks Voight to lie for him. And that's pretty much the whole episode. Personally, I don't really see Voight not lying for Mouse. Possibly he won't do it. He might do it on a condition, like, Voight will do it only if Mouse, stays for like a couple more weeks or a couple more months or something like that. And if Mouse doesn't change his mind about leaving, then Voight will then lie to get Mouse back into the Rangers. That's possibly something that Voight might, because that's something that Voight might do, or I could see Voight doing with Mouse. Though I don't know what Voight will do. He could honestly, just lie for Mouse and just let him go back into the Rangers. Who knows? But I'm thinking Mouse is gonna stay for a little bit while longer. And Voight will do what I kind of think he will do, and say, what, Mouse, I'll lie for you, but but first, if you need to I'll only do it if you stay for like six more months or something. And if you don't change your mind about staying, then I will definitely lie for you. But if you do change your mind, all the more power. But that's probably what I'm thinking he might do. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, so next week's episode is titled All Cylinders Firing, and Platt is attacked while she's walking back to her car one night, and is rushed to the hospital. Could Fogel be involved with this? Who knows? Possibly he could. It may not have been him explicitly who attacked Platt, but he could have had someone do it for him. Like, he could have recruited someone, some lowlife, to do it for him or something. Who's already in trouble with the law. That way, Fogel's hands aren't dirty themselves. So it could honestly be him, but I think it's a little too early to have him be the one who did this. Again, it could be him, but my feeling is that it's too early to say. It's too early to have Fogel be the one who specifically attacked Platt, and it's possibly someone else who it just could possibly just be some random dude, or random person who had a grudge against her from the past, or who just randomly came up to her and just decided to beat her because of what happened in this episode. Who knows? We'll see. I'm not gonna make any definitive predictions on that. The only thing I will say is I'm gonna continue with the whole Fogel is not going anywhere until at least, or at the earliest, either right before the winter break or right after the winter break, or when they come back from winter break. He's not going anywhere until at least one of those 2 times. So I think that's what's gonna happen with Fogel. And if the writers are really being daring, they're gonna keep him around until the end, the season finale, which I don't really think is smart, but they might end up trying to do that anyway. I'm still gonna say that Fogel is gonna try to hit on another woman, or try to make sexual and or romantic advances on another woman again. I'm thinking that's what he's going to do. And thinking that's what he's gonna try to do again, like he did with Julie. Who knows? But that's my only prediction. I'm gonna make my only 2 definitive predictions I'm gonna make for long term and short term, I guess you could say. I don't know. Anyway, so that's the whole episode and the preview. Please don't hesitate to talk about past episodes of Chicago PD and this episode and next week's episode and future episodes beyond next week in the comments below. And hit like if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I will see you guys next week. And all cylinders firing. Bye.